Congressman Cleaver. When we come back, shifting gears, cyber attacks and cyber security, your technology expert, Burton Kelso, thumbs up. He joins us on For the People.
It makes you kind of nervous, you know? Yeah, scary.
It's just kind of an unknown as to when and to what degree this is going to be resolved.
Can you tell us what's going on with the network outage? Just looking for something.
I don't have any answers.
Nor do many others, from schools to hospitals to City Hall. Cyber attacks have become a thing, and we're joined by a guy who knows a little bit about those, Burton Kelso, our technology expert, just a little. It's a fast-moving target, though, isn't it? I want to show you a graphic here, Burton. It's the numbers.
Right.
Comparing 21 to 23, the most recent numbers available for a full year. And as you can see, governments jumping from 77 to 95, schools up to over 108 attacks in 2023, hospitals also nearly doubling the numbers. Is it really that trend we're seeing more attacks? We just know more about them.
Well, I think we're seeing more attacks occur because cyber criminals are able to create sophisticated, socially engineered attacks using AI and using traditional methods in order to get people to click on files or links in order to infect offices and businesses.
Artificial intelligence is making it easier for them? Is that what I hear
heck
you say?
yeah.
Right.
You can go to AI and tell it to write a perfect phishing email, and you can use AI voice cloning to clone someone's voice. So if you wanted to make a phone call, impersonate somebody, AI does it perfectly.
So we have different types of attacks. You have the ransomware attacks where they shut the system down, lock it down, you have to pay to get unlocked. Or you have the type of attack where they say, we're going to release your information after a certain amount of time if you don't pay, or steal it and just sell it. Those three types are the main types we're seeing now?
Yeah, exactly, because data is king on the internet. If you get someone's social security number, address, and first and last name, it allows you to do a lot of things that can make criminals money.
Let's take a look at one very recent example, and that was the Ewing Marion Kaufman School. We reported about this past week. We can show you, courtesy Lockbit, and I'll have you explain a little bit about what that is. It's already for sale on the web.
Wow.
It didn't take long for that material to show up. Lockbit, of course, is a cyber attack or criminal enterprise.
Yes, exactly right. And there's so many groups out there that it's hard to keep track of what group does what. But at the same time, the goal is simple. It's to get information and to sell it on the dark web. But what's surprising about this, John, is that this information has appeared fairly quickly, as opposed to some attacks where the information isn't leaked for months or sometimes a year.
Let's talk a little bit about schools in general, because there is a growth there, as we saw in the numbers. They're a treasure trove, aren't they? And a dangerous one, because student information about mental health, sexual assaults that have occurred, accusations, so on and so forth, financial information, if it's a private school,
right,
parents are paying. Schools seem to be a growing target as well.
Well, the challenge with some schools is that they may have on-site IT, but again, cybercrime is a human problem, so it may be easier to trick a teacher into clicking a link or someone in the school administration office than if you go to, say, a financial institution. So why not target them? It's unfortunate, but they're easy targets.
I want to talk a little bit about some of those things we can do to protect ourselves and our employers or government agencies. But as it relates to government agencies, more often than not, you get what we have received with Kansas City, Missouri, for example, and in Wichita, it was KCK has been hit. And that is silence, not much information about what's going on. This is the Mayor Quentin Lucas, who spoke almost 2 weeks after the computer outage occurred.
Unfortunately, as you likely know, these types of incidents are becoming more and more common. As our investigation continues, it's important that we avoid spreading incorrect information or discussing unconfirmed details.
In about a 10-minute address, and took a few questions, the mayor really didn't tell us anything about what's happening. You saw the mayor pro tem going into City Hall, a committee meeting. I have nothing. I can't tell you anything. We are going to make payroll, she said. That was one concern. Why are government entities not more transparent?
Well, the challenge is, John, is that when you suffer a cyber attack, the government entities have to take the time to find out where the breach occurred from, what information was leaked, and they're mandatory reporters, so they have to report to law enforcement, who kind of instructs them on what to do as far as going through the process of recovering over a data breach. So that's why you see a lot of time taken with the city of Kansas City, because most of the times when we see information about data breaches, it could be several weeks or a month after the incident occurred.
So, but in this case, we're all left to wonder, has my information been stolen? You and I've talked about this. Your advice is don't wonder, protect yourself. How do you do that?
Absolutely. So if you suspect that your information was leaked in a large-scale data breach, you want to sign up for identity protection, because signing up for a monthly subscription for ID protection is a great investment that will protect you from getting your identity stolen.
Final quick question for you here. What can we do to protect ourselves and our businesses in terms of, you talked about phishing emails. How do you protect yourself from clicking on that wrong link?
Have to build up your human firewall. You have to figure out what a phishing email looks like and make sure that if you suspect anything fishy, just don't click on it. Don't have FOMO when it comes to emails or text messages.
Is there anything in the email address to look for that it's being sent from, or is that getting tougher too?
It's getting tougher because you usually can look at email address to find out if it came from a legitimate source, but criminals are able to disguise that, make it close as possible, so you really have to scrutinize these emails that come in to better protect yourself.
I sense we're not done seeing rising numbers then, in talking to you.
Well, as long as people are clicking on stuff and falling for data breach or falling for schemes, then it's not going anywhere.
So use your real intelligence, not artificial intelligence, to make the right decision.
Exactly,
All right.
exactly.
Burton Kelso, technology expert. Thank you, sir. We appreciate your time.
No problem, John.
Helping us do the right things. We appreciate you joining us. Do the right thing. Come back next week. We'll be here for the people.